Ikkari is certainly one of the most substantial discoveries, I think, certainly in the gold sector in the last 10 or 15 years. And I think, it certainly stands above others in terms of the sheer quality of it, and there's a lot of aspects of it that make it pretty special. But I guess it wasn't our first discovery. We made 5 other discoveries before this. And it's really been about the approach that we've used as a company, which is certainly slightly different. We set the bar incredibly high in terms of how we're going to discover things. So we had this land package in Finland. It seemed prospective. We did all the science that people really don't get that interested. It's quite hard for investors to understand how best to explore this region, because it hadn't seen proper commercial exploration, we talk it. But first and foremost, we had to go to the shareholders and ask for the funds, and the point, it had to be significantly value accretive or life changing to the company, really. So you set a hurdle rate. We did of $2 billion of an NSR value, so that's net recoverable revenue from the discovery. So that already stops you getting distracted by what I often call junior company killers. They might find some interesting intercepts and follow it up, and it's like a few meters at maybe 10 grams, and everyone gets excited and they think something next thing. But you have to have that hurdle rate to inform your geological team, because otherwise they will get distracted by it. It's easy to fall in love with the first thing you drill. So I say, Ikkari was actually the 6th discovery. It was a brand new area. We had a very systematic approach to doing it. We gave our geologists the remit to explore a wide area on a large scale, so the same sort of scale programs you'd have of maybe a major gold mining company, but in a very dynamic, non-bureaucratic, small cap company. So my relationship is directly with Charlie Seabrook, the exploration manager. So we're making decisions on a week by week basis, and sometimes on a day by day basis. In terms of, certainly for Ikkari, we put the first couple of holes into it. We saw it, we had this sort of scale in big intercepts already. And it wasn't, let's drill next to that and create some news flow. It's like, let's step 400 meters away and see if this thing has not only, downhole extent, but a long strike extent. And it's really that process of being both setting a high hurdle, being systematic in your approach to doing the work, and then being very dynamic about how you modify your program as you go forward.
From what I can tell, though, you haven't stopped that systematic approach. That's carrying on. You've got 6 drill rigs up at the moment, and you are looking for the next one, right?
Absolutely. It was important for us, once we'd made that, once we were very public in that goal that we were looking for that sort of size and scale of deposit. So once we were onto one, we wanted to make sure that we took it through and we delivered the resource, which we did last September, on relatively small amount of drilling, but that established and really sort of underpinned the value of the company. Up until then, it's just pure exploration risk still again, so, until, people might have said you came out too early with it, but ultimately, no, you've got to actually, you've spent the shareholders' money, let's demonstrate what it really is. But as you say, no, that whole program, our exploration team are as busy than ever, if not busier than ever. We expanded our land package. We used all that knowledge we've gained from making the Ikkari discovery, and absolutely we're applying that to both area 1, which people, if you look at our presentations, is near Ikkari, but also throughout the belt here where we have other land holdings. So yes, the one of the most, the greatest way, obviously, by creating this value, we spent sort of $9 an ounce, and the company, the market's value, knows it's at $150, $200 an ounce. That is a great business model. So we have a part of our business while the engineering goes on, to continue to do that. And that's often forgotten once you've made the first discovery, but it is carrying on.